Digital Nomad Visa, which Canada has announced and supposedly launched. Is it worth applying? What is required? And what are the eligibility criteria? In today's video, we will be covering these facts about this Digital Nomad Visa for Canada, and expect the raw truth and nothing but the truth, just like the rest of our videos. Who am I? I'm Reza from Ingwe, Canada, licensed immigration practitioner, and our office specializes in helping businesses, people, and families move across borders. Is this what I do for a living? No, of course not. I'm not an actual full-time YouTuber. But I work hands-on with my licensed team, working on actual applications and communicating with immigration departments and overseas embassies on a daily basis on behalf of our clients and the clients of some of our B2B partners. Why are we posting this video? These are made for the purpose of sharing our hands-on immigration knowledge with our worldwide audience, including but not exclusive to existing clients, potential new applicants, and immigration consultants and agencies who want to partner up. If you're thinking about immigrating, we're here to help. And of course, if you're an active immigration practitioner, we'd love to collaborate or assist you with outsourcing your back office operations to us. What's all the hype about for this Digital Nomad Visa? Or is it all just hype? Only time will tell, and we will give you our thoughts and insight throughout this video. Yes, IRCC has officially posted about their Digital Nomad Visa program, so it seems. Here's the link on your screen, and when you check it out, it just shows you these options after you answer some basic questions about your nationality, your passport type, and if you're a US resident and or dual Canadian citizen. What do you plan to do in Canada? Tourist, visit family, transit through Canada, attend a meeting, conference, or trade show, study, or work. If you select work but you don't need a work permit, which is the case for a digital nomad, it's the same result as selecting a tourist. It all leads you to a visitor visa application, for which there's no difference than any other online visitor visa application on the IRCC platform. Here's what you should expect to be providing to the IRCC if you do plan to apply for this visitor visa, so-called digital nomad. Depending on your nationality, you may need criminal check and medical exam. The key to making a digital nomad visa application is if you're not from a visa-exempt country and you do need a visa, you need to prove the following. Of course, you will need a valid passport for the duration of your planned visit. You need to provide proof that you have been and are currently working for your employer for the past 6 to 12 months at least. You are in a high-paying job which can support your living expenses in Canada. You have proof of employment throughout the last 6 months with pay stubs, employment contracts, and bank statements showing that the salaries or wages have been deposited into your account. You have written permission from your employer allowing you to work remotely for the duration of the time you intend to stay in Canada as a digital nomad. You have to have medical travel insurance for the duration of your trip to Canada. Financial assets and family ties to your country of residence and or home country are also very important. Travel history to Europe, UK, USA, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand can be a significant booster for your chances of approval. Remember folks, we're always posting about these key details regarding IRCC's new program and other business and skilled worker professional immigration programs. And if that's what you're interested in, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel for more deep dive videos. Here's what they didn't tell you or provide instructions on their website. The Digital Nomad Visa is based on Canada's tech talent strategy to attract highly skilled professionals into the country, giving them the opportunity to meet with employers and have them hired and convert to work permits. Well, that's the general idea. Literally, on the title of the website where it talks about the Digital Nomad Visa, it's stated as Canada wants top talent from around the world. So this all means if you're not in one of the in-demand tech or media-related occupations, then it is unlikely you would be approved for a Digital Nomad Visa if you do need a visa and are not from a visa-exempt country. If you are from a visa-exempt country, then you don't need to worry about all this nonsense, and you can just stop watching this video now. Processing times can range from 2 weeks to 2 months and even 4 months, depending on where you're based in the world and where you're applying from. Here's some key frequently asked questions about Canada's Digital Nomad Visa. Will the Digital Nomad Visa be processed differently than a regular tourist visa? Of course not. But being in a high-tech or media occupation and having a good salary to support yourself while you're in Canada and an explanation letter on your application pushing the IRCC officer to consider digital nomad visa for your specific case would help significantly. Will you be able to convert to PR from inside Canada from the digital nomad visa? Unless you're sponsored by an employer under the provincial nominee program or have specific eligibility criteria under express entry, rural, northern immigration pilot, or the Atlantic immigration program, or start your own business, it's very unlikely. Will you be able to convert to a work permit from inside Canada if a local employer offers you a full-time job while you're here on a digital nomad visa? Yes, this is the whole point of the program. Until February 2024, it is possible to convert a visitor visa to work permit from inside Canada without flagpoling or leaving the country to change status, and this policy may be extended past February 2024. If you come into the country as a digital nomad, will your spouse or common law be able to apply for an open work permit, or your children be able to study for free in elementary or high school? Definitely not. You will only have a visitor status in the country, and your family members as well if they accompany you. Although it does not prevent you from applying for a study permit for your children before you arrive. And if you or your spouse find employment inside Canada, you have the opportunity to apply and convert to a work permit if you meet the eligibility criteria of the program you're applying under. If you have previous refusal for Canadian visitor visas or permits, will this reduce your chances of a digital nomad or visitor visa? Of course it will reduce your chances. This will seriously impact any likelihood you have of a successful application with the IRCC, and it all depends on the above criteria we just covered earlier in this video. If you're on an H-1B visa and still employed with your employer in the US and can work remotely, is it worth applying for this work remotely in Canada Digital Nomad Initiative if you missed the deadline to apply for the H-1B Open Work Permit Initiative? Yes, of course. If you meet the basic criteria and are still employed in the US, yes, it's definitely worth it. What are the high-tech occupations they're looking for prioritizing in this new digital nomad initiative? There's no official list yet, or may never be published, who knows. But if you want to have an idea on the preferred occupations, have a look at the occupations under the global talent stream, under the IT and tech occupations and media and production occupations. This will give you an idea of what is preferred by the IRCC. Does this mean that if you're not in one of these occupations, you won't have a chance? No, not at all. Basically, this is just a visitor visa. Based on your passport, your nationality, your residency, your financial strengths, and travel history will determine your likelihood of approval. Do I sense a bias here by IRCC? Of course not. We're Canadians. We're so nice, right? Here's the conclusion of all this. Are we disappointed with Canada's Digital Nomad Visa initiative? Yes, we are. Is it in any way close to resembling the digital nomad visa programs which many other countries have launched, such as European countries, Spain, or even the Caribbean islands, Latin American countries such as Panama or Colombia? Not even close. The IRCC took a shortcut and didn't even bother designing a specific stream for digital nomads and literally just added an extra link on their main website leading you to a visitor visa application or an electronic travel authorization if you're from a visa-exempt country. Do we believe this program will have any benefit to Canada or overseas digital nomads looking to come over? No, not much, to be honest with you. Should you apply for this program? If you're in a high-paying remote position, have strong financials, and are not from a high-refusal country, and are in an in-demand tech or media occupation, then perhaps it could be worth it if you want to find employment in Canada and switch to a work permit and potentially plan for a permanent residence in the future if you meet other program criteria. Otherwise, if this is not your intention, or if you don't fall under these criteria, don't waste your time and money. If you're thinking about immigrating permanently or temporarily like a digital nomad, you're at the right place. I can guarantee you only one point. You'll know what to expect, the entire process clearly laid out for you, and all the risks identified, including costs. Our legal agreements are based on payment milestones, which are linked directly to your application progression. Our team speaks over 9 languages, and we help applicants from over 50 different countries during the immigration process. If you're ready to apply and would like a one-on-one session with me or one of my immigration team members at Ingwe, you can also book a session directly using the consultation link down below in the description of this video. And if you want to take our knowledge for a test drive, well, you can do that too. Every week, Thursdays, live on YouTube at 11 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time, where we answer all of your questions for free on the spot for our YouTube audience. See you next Thursday.